Hey everyone, Rogue Leader here, back with another video, and today, in honor of the new Superman movie that came out just a little bit ago, I think almost 2 weeks now, I'm going to be reviewing one of the oldest Superman sets that we've gotten from the year 2013, the Lego Superman Battle of Smallville, of course, based off of the Man of Steel. This is set 76003. It has 5 minifigures, 3 of which are exclusive, and it has 418 pieces. Interestingly enough, if you go on Bricklink, it actually lists it as having 394 pieces, but if you check the box, it will indeed confirm 418 pieces. I don't know if late into production pieces were added or something, or if it's one of those sets where they added pieces later to like improve the stabilization. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, back in the day, 2013 cost $50, brand new. Today, brand new in box sealed, you're gonna be looking at $50. This set is one of those sets that just has not gone up in price, well, at all, because I guess not many people are trying to buy it, but it is not one of the best DC sets ever made, but I personally really enjoy it. And so yeah, let's I guess get into it, starting with, of course, the minifigures. Our first minifigure is Superman himself, and I gotta say, for 2013, this is a really solid minifigure. I love the details, I love the printing, and I really love the fact that you have the silver kind of like belt, I guess, in the lower abdomen and stomach area, and then it carries down onto the legs just like in the movie. I think that's really cool. I also love that you have the cape on the torso where it meets the rest of the outfit, I guess, and then of course you have the actual physical cape. It is the cape, not the spongy cape. These ones are the ones that will bend if you, and like keep the crease if you're not careful. But yeah, it does have the Superman hair piece that, has become quite common, and then flipping him around, you'll see he's got an angry laser eyes expression, and then you also have the back torso that's very similar to the front. All in all, I think a very good minifigure, and it really does still stand up to today. I don't think there's much that would be changed, other than dual molded legs, I guess. I can't really remember if he had the red boots in that first Man of Steel movie, but yeah, definitely a great minifigure. Next up is General Zod. And I think that this is an amazing minifigure. We've had 3 General Zod minifigures, I believe. This one without the armor, and the Lego Batman movie version. I think this one's easily the best and also coolest looking. He has a brand new torso kind of armor piece and also a brand new helmet. So that's pretty cool. Getting 2 brand new molds for 1 minifigure back in 2013, even in today's version of Lego, that's still crazy. So you can see that the armor and the torso, they really do like go together just perfectly. Like they just snap together, and these black pieces and the tubes and everything just perfectly aligned, and they look great. Could have maybe used some printing for the eyes, but all in all, I think it's a great minifigure. You got his, of course, head, and then he does come with a hairpiece, but you are gonna have to take off the main kind of armor piece in order to get it on. There you go. And then also real quick to show you, he does have angry expression, also with laser eyes, and then of course he's got that black cape, and his torso is pretty much just Superman's with a different logo and black. So, pretty cool, but nothing crazy. And yeah, so that's this minifigure. Next up is Feora, another Kryptonian warrior, and she is both look similar to Zod, but also very different. She does use the same helmet as Zod, which, is to be expected. There we go. But her armor piece is actually different. You can see it's got this little like slit thing, like, I don't know what that is, but like this little thing that pops out that his armor does not have. And his is also a lot more bulkier and elongated in the front. So yeah, but unfortunately you also have to take her armor completely off to give her hair piece that she gets, which is the black spiky hair. Pretty cool. And then her head is just, one is a smile, get it to focus there, come on. There we go. The smile, and then the other one is going to be just an angry expression. Again, black cape and armor similar to the rest, except she's got a unique design for the emblem in the middle, and then her kind of outfit has been a little modified in some of the printing down below to just more represent her look, you know, basically more like a woman, I guess. But yeah, and then another thing, she's got a gun, and it is a very cool, unique gun piece that was only, I believe, seen in this set and maybe one of the other Man of Steel sets. So kind of crazy that not only did she get a mold for the helmet that was brand new, not only did she get a armor piece that wasn't the exact same as Zod's, but actually exclusive, but she also got an exclusive weapon. That is, you know, a lot of high quality stuff. Very impressive. So yeah, very happy with this minifigure, and I think she's one of the, you know, best Kryptonians. Not that there are many to look at, but she definitely is good. And here is the final Kryptonian. His name is Tor-An, I guess. That's what he's listed as, but he's just basically some random Kryptonian warrior. He does not include any armor, which, you know, kind of unfortunate, but also not. But he's pretty basic, exact same design as Zod for his torso and legs, except he's got a different emblem in the middle, but everything else seems to be the exact same. So yeah, pretty basic minifigure. He's got basic hair, basic head print, so nothing crazy, but also he doesn't need anything crazy. He's just a background character, nothing interesting. Our last minifigure is a very interesting one, being Colonel Hardy. Not only is he interesting because I feel like this set maybe had other options to give, but Lego has a pretty strong stance against no modern military in Lego sets. They often try and stray away from guns and violence in general, only doing it when it's in a fantasy theme like DC or superheroes in general, or Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, you know, where it's not real life, I guess, right? Like Superman and Zod fighting like a Kryptonian laser gun. That's not crazy. That's not like modern warfare-esque, but this guy is straight up a colonel in the US military, and they did not shy away from that. He did give him his pistol, and they gave him a pretty detailed torso design that definitely represents a soldier or like a military member. So I think it's really interesting that they decided to give us this figure, especially with, you know, just how strict they can be on this rule. I mean, there's been a handful of sets I can think of that were canceled due to, hey, it's, you know, too close to modern military. But no, this is straight up a US soldier from a 2013 movie. So yeah, but you know, I'm not complaining. Great minifigure, cool design. So yeah. Our first build to look at follows directly up from what I was just talking about them not wanting modern military in Lego sets, and this is a modern military Jeep. You've got two seats, one with a steering wheel, of course, that you can sit Colonel Hardy in there, and you know, it's very much a basic, simplified military Jeep, nothing like crazy or overly realistic. I mean, you've got blue flick fire missiles, but yeah, and then that leads into this just basically spins. It's got a little just a Technic pin piece that you can spin around, and then you got some lights, got an antenna, and then of course the blue flick fire missiles that you can aim up and down independently or together, and you can just, of course, just flick them, or as I like to sometimes do, just quickly press my thumb into it to make them go flying. So that's, you know, I think everyone knows how flick fire missiles work. And then yeah, so pretty basic build, very cool. Definitely a cool inclusion and very much worth it, you know, but you know, nothing special. And here is the main build, the Kryptonian ship. I think it's like maybe a scout ship or a fighter jet or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know if it was actually seen in the movie. I guess I probably should have looked beforehand, but I don't know if this is like something that they worked off concept art or if this specific design was in the movie. I honestly can't remember. It's been so long, but I do kind of enjoy the design, it definitely screams, you know, out of this world, right? You would never see these like circular type things. Like this is, you would never see a real life ship or aircraft or a fighter jet look like this. But that's what makes it fun, is that it's out of this world and highly advanced, and it's very cool. So starting up here, you got some nice stuff. You got these big quarter circle pieces. They got a couple of them on both sides, and you got some stickers. So this sticker is just pretty basic, and then on this one you actually have looks like maybe a panel is missing or some damage, revealing some wires and stuff on the inside. So that's pretty cool. Then at the front, you got two kind of laser cannons that are just, you know, green studs. And then this main thing, which I guess maybe is like the engine or something. And then you have a cannon on the lower end that you can tilt. This is a pretty cool cannon. You can definitely see it's got some, it's pretty big. One thing I will note is that this black like antenna piece is used here, two up here, and it's used on this. So it's like, I don't really know what they were doing, but they decided, you know what, this set needs 4 of these antennas. And I mean, I guess, but you know, it's just something interesting. It's like not a very common piece, and we get 4 of them in a $50 set. And then the big play feature, I think, is these giant rubber tipped missiles. These things are so much fun, and I accidentally just launched it, but you can see you basically just load it in, and then there's a, you pull this, what is this green thing back, and then it launches these. And you know, that is, it's pretty big. And yeah, very cool. And you know, one of my favorite types of projectiles Lego's released, not stud shooters, not flick fire missiles, not spring loaded shooters, but these big rubber tipped missiles are definitely one of my favorites. This piece is falling off. There we go. And then one thing I will note is, one place this does show its age is its stability. It only 2 places of contact is here and here, and even these, you can see they're not level at all. So it's kind of just sitting at a forward angle, and it's also using part of the cannon to touch with the ground. So yeah, I think what you maybe can do probably is use these and bend them down, because they're on those like axle joints, and then just use those as landing poses. I don't know if that was an intentional feature, but definitely something you can do. Again, we can look at this right now, I guess, but you can move it up and down. You can have them angled out, and then these pieces will move up and down. So you can kind of get whatever angle you really feel like. Looking at the back, we have some like fins, I guess, and then these green engines. I do like the green accents as well as the black accents. Definitely makes it feel futuristic and also evil. But yeah, and then looking at the interior, we have 2 seats. The front one having this just kind of classic control panel that we've got in many sets. I know it came in quite a few Star Wars sets. And then we have a back seat for a secondary person, so you can take your Kryptonian soldier or whatever, put him there, have him fly around, and you can put another person in the back, and you do not have to take off Zod or Feora's armor. Fits perfectly in. You don't have to take the armor off, but if you wanted to, they do include options to store it here and here. You got little openings, and then you also have these cool like joints, or not joints, but I don't know what these pieces are called, but you can put the pistols in there, just like come on. Oh, you can't actually do the front piece, it's got a little lip, but you can definitely do the handle, and then you can just angle it down and have the blaster stored over there. And then I'll just put Zod's armor over here just to show you. You can put that in there and have it all stored. So if you wanted to take their armor off, you'd have a place to put it and not lose it, which I guess is always good. I always enjoy when, you know, you have things you might want to take off a minifigure, like weapons, like armor or helmets, and they give you a place to store them. That's always fun. But all in all, this is a very good set. I think it definitely shows its age, but if you are in the market for old Superman sets and or old DC sets in general. Superman, this is a great set, and who could pass up literally its retail price? Still $50. That's kind of crazy to me. Not many sets are able to do that, but I think it's definitely worth it. You get 3 great Kryptonians, you get an excellent Superman minifigure, and Colonel Hardy to boot. Perfect. Love this set. You know, maybe probably not in the top 10 of my favorite DC sets, but it is very, very good and has a lot to offer for $50. You know, I know that the piece count was sort of low at only 418, but you know, you got big pieces, and I think it definitely looks like it's worth $50, at least in today's money. I don't know what people's thoughts on it were back then, if this was overpriced or not, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of this set. And also, I guess, in honor of Superman, what did you think of the new Superman movie? Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.